Welcome to my awesome health journey. This is my weekend review of, January 3rd, 2026. This has been an interesting week for me, mostly because I worked for 2 days and 3 days and had 2 days off. And then, so today is weird because I slept through the night and that threw my equilibrium off. So I started Adderall a month ago at the beginning of December. And my sleep on Adderall wasn't the best. I would generally wake up around 12 and then at 3 and then again at like 5. And it was like consistent. I didn't like that. I tried to do things, sleep through the night. It just wasn't really working for me too much. And so luckily through other things, I switched to a different medication because my hands are getting freaking cold and I couldn't sleep. And this medication has been much better. And so last night I slept. I woke up and it was 6:30 a.m. and I set my alarm for 7 a.m. to make sure I can work out. And I felt weird in the sense because like in my mind I got just so used to waking up at like 12 or 1 to, or at least at 3 something, that I wanted to go back to sleep and sleep more. And yeah, so it kind of like threw my morning off. But for the most part, this week I've been just kind of taking it easy. Not really pushing myself. My hamstring's feeling a lot better. So I think I've mostly healed it from the last time I re-aggravated it. I'm still going slow. I'm going to start again. They said till the transformation challenge starts, I guess, in the end of January. That's when I'll start adding inclines and speed. Hopefully 3 more weeks of kind of pushing it is good enough so it can rest enough and heal enough so I can start working out. But yeah, it's been a good week. It turns out, if you watched my last video, I did talk about my weekend review. Apparently last year I did it after the year, and the year before I did it before the year. I have a habit. Every morning I check my Facebook memories because I like to relive my past and see how I was doing every year and just have good memories and go like, oh yeah, that was fun. I wonder if I could be heard. Well, so my New Year's resolutions, I do like making them. I do want to continue my New Year's resolution on dating, going out. My goal last year was to go out on one date, and I didn't hit that. I am talking to someone right now, so there's a good chance that we're going to go on a date next week or the week after. That would be nice, and if that works out, that'd be awesome. If that doesn't work out, I want to continue finding a date, trying to get into a relationship. You know, I'm 47. Gotta find someone to love me, right? I want to continue my weight loss journey, of course. My main goal was fit by 50 was my moniker, and I want to be at 234 by the age of 50. I'm 47 right now, 4 months into it. My last weigh-in was 350, and so that's like 84 pounds in 2.75 years, which is roughly like 24 pounds a whatever. 2.75 divided by 3 months are 11 months or 12 months. I don't know. I should have figured that out, but yeah, I guess I could have done some complicated math to determine how I'm working towards that goal. But I think that's one of the important parts for my weight loss journey is having a more long-term goal so that like stalls don't bother me as much, and also doing super well doesn't like cause too much joy so I slip. And you know, the way I'm living now is sustainable, which is good. So that is my goal. Of course, hopefully my hamstring heals this year and I'm able to start pushing. I'm hoping to get back up to like 3.4 miles an hour on average without holding on to the tread. So hopefully that's another one of my goals for fitness. And so I've been learning a lot about AuDHD, which I think I have. I think I'm slightly autistic. I don't know why I say slightly. I guess it's because, you know, when you see autism on TV and movies and you see people talk about it, Like, or I watch those autistic kids get their hair cut. I'm nothing like that. Which are amazing freaking videos on TikTok of this ridiculously patient man who just works really well with these autistic kids with sensitivity issues with getting their haircuts, and it's just so heartwarming. You see the parents be so thankful, and it's amazing. I would love to be that patient as that man, and just so full of just caring and love. But anyways, and thinking about those traits and learning more about it, one thing I learned more is about rejection sensitive dysphoria, which is something I definitely have from ADHD, and the rumination and the hyper focus that can happen from the way my brain works, listening to other people on TikTok mostly. Once I got on AuDHD talk about it, it's like, oh yeah, that is totally me, and that's totally something. And that's something I want to work on. And now that I understand that's something like how my brain works, I want to work on that, especially not always going to the worst thing. As talked about, I am worried, job security right now is kind of like worrying me. I did tarot reading, and my final card was like, embrace change. And I'm like, oh no, my cards are saying I'm getting laid off, but at the same time, this job's going to go through a lot of changes, even if I don't get laid off. Like what job looks like now is not what it's going to look like 8 months from now. It's going to be completely different. I mean, for one, I'm switching to a new testing platform, going from UiPath to Playwright. So that's a big change in itself if it wasn't for the other changes. So why go to the worst every time? I was just thinking about it. I should be living in a way where I am setting myself up just in case something like that happens. Putting money aside, not overspending, budgeting. There's like almost maybe small little changes in my lifestyle, but those changes I should be making anyway. It's the same way for health. When I think about the way I should be healthy, is like I should be living in a way I should be eating and working out anyway. All of the stuff I'm doing for eating, all the stuff I'm working out, it doesn't matter if I was 350, 450, or 230, or my goal weight. All the habits that I'm doing are habits and ways of eating that I should be doing at my goal weight. Maybe a little less eating because I'd weigh less, but at the same time, eating nutrition, eating well, and the same thing with spending. Even if I'm doing great or if I'm doing bad, my spending should be in a way where I'm saving some money for the future. I'm putting money away, I'm investing, I'm making healthy decisions. And so thinking about it that way, trying to think about, instead of being reactionary about the things that are happening in my life, to just not being proactive even, because I think that's too big, because it's really hard to think about the future, but it is easier to think in small tasks that I do on a relatively daily basis to make sure that I'm living in a way that I want to live. And that's what I have been doing for my budgeting, and I want to continue to do that, and I want to continue to have a good mindset when it comes to budgeting, and I want to really work on just breathing and doing exercises when I do go down a rumination of like things are going bad, or rumination that people hate me, or rumination of negativity, because that's just not a way I want to live. That's not a type of person I want to be, is a person who just worries about stuff I can't control. I just need to work on daily tasks of things I can control, things I can do, and things that I can do to make my life better. And it's something I've been working on, but it's something I want to put a bigger emphasis in 2026, is really working on creating a daily task where like my apartment's clean, because how I work on it daily. My budget's doing well, and I have good savings because of what I'm doing daily. And the same thing, I'm dropping weight and getting healthier because of what I'm doing daily. So anyways, that's what I'm looking forward to in 2026. I hope it works out. I know the date's really arbitrary, and honestly, if you think about it, the new year should start in spring, because that is a time of renewal. So anyways, again, love you for who you are. Thank you for all your support, and as always, you are worthy.